Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, it's 1:11 Eastern Daylight Time. Just did my pre-trip. I started out at 4 hours, 26 minutes. Once my pre-trip's done, I don't really need any fuel. I'm only an hour away, so I'll run over there, do my delivery at Aldi's. It's going to be hit or miss on whether I'll have to call the night people and get a comm check number for a lumper, although it's all palletized. They take 2 hours. That'll give me back my rest of my time for the day. I think when I come back, if the Loves is any indication of here, it's, like I said, it's 1:18 in the morning, and there's still a ton of free spots. Now, the closest free spots, no, but there's still a ton of free spots left, and a boatload of reserve left. So, when I just checked on Google where the Loves is, it said not too busy. I'm guessing that may be the same. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I don't know, just because the stuff's a little far off the unbeaten path when it comes to where they're located. But I'm going to go there, and there's a beacon right there. I may, if I got more than enough time, especially if there's no line when I go kind of over by it, I may get the tractor washed, drive back to Love's, and then it's supposed to rain today, tomorrow, and Monday, like about a 50% chance. Worst case scenario, it's just going to keep rinsing the truck off. My main thing is getting my wheels and frame done and all that. So we'll see, because I don't know how she's going to run it, if I'm going to have enough time. Like a lot of times with my regular fleet manager, if I have a 14 or 15 hour window before I got to deliver the next morning, if I pass a beacon or I'm out near Walcott, I can stop in and get my truck washed and go. With her, I don't know. I had to convince her to keep me out of the east, or northeast, I should say. I mean, I did this because she was constantly nagging about it. She was probably trying to make that I had a choice of an Ohio one and this one, and she really pushed this one, which means that this one was paying a lot more than the Ohio was, and she was just trying to get some extra cash. And it isn't her job to ask me why I don't want to do the Northeast. I don't want to do it. Take that. Nobody has ever questioned it. And I just prefer not to do it. I mean, there's nowhere near as many truck stops. I'm constantly going up and down hills. That just puts more wear and tear on the truck than running flatland and slight hills. Fuel is, luckily I don't have to put that much in, but it's almost $4 a gallon here. I I mean, $1 cheaper for a whole week of buying fuel, because I got small tanks, so I got to buy fuel every day. That's like an extra $250 for me, especially if I pull heavy loads. And out here, I would definitely use more fuel, and they don't understand that. Yeah, I think she's the queen of the Northeast because she really pushes it. And like I said, I mean, this was a really, really good rate. I haven't had one this good in a long time, but luckily it's light. But you still, even at 20,000 pounds, it pushes you downhill pretty much. And you know, when you're running through Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, PA, you got to do 55, and then you got all the traffic, so you're having to use your Jake, your brakes, because you're always up and down a hill. That's mainly the reason. If I wanted to run a roller coaster, I could probably go to Six Flags by where I live and be a whole lot cheaper. Well, that's my rant. See you in a little bit. Today's video will be on the short side. We'll see how, we'll do some filming at night to see how well the 8 picks up at night with my headlights on my way over there, and on my way back it should be light, or getting light, and that, so we'll go from there. See you in a little bit. Hey everyone, I don't know how much you're gonna see. I mean, on the screen it doesn't look too bad, but you can see a lot of nice sights. It's only going to reach as far as my headlights. It's been raining on and off. I mean, nothing major. You know, just a normal lazy rain. Got 20 miles to my get off, and it must be 3 miles down the road. Should get there right at 2:30, which isn't too early. I don't know how busy it'll be, because, you know, unless they got where you can go there and park out, you know, overnight, and then when your appointment time is, they give you a call just before and tell you what door to go to. I'll have to ask them. Not that I'll probably ever be this way again, but it's a little more rainy here. Maybe if my loves, if I decide not to do the blue beacon, depending on how hard it's raining, go in, buy a brush, some soap. I got water. Get some soap and maybe just brush down the rims and that. Rinse them off. I've been in rain all week, so most everything else, I mean, other than the bug stuff that brushed off, itself isn't too bad. Trucks going up and down here. I think that was a real busy place. You see a lot of drive-in and reefers going up and down through here. So I don't know what they do at this warehouse. Too many food warehouses, so I don't know a lot of their procedures. Heck, it could have a whole shoulder that everybody parks on. See you in a little bit. Hey everyone. Well, we made it to the Lowe's and got what I consider a pretty good spot. Should be easy out. The fuel kind of go out, make a left, and then come back in. But that's fine. Made my delivery. Man, what a fucking joke. Got there at 3, got out at 5:30. I was done in an hour, a little less than an hour. Sat in the door for a while because it says, you know, they'll call you. So I go, spent about 10-15 minutes and went in. Asked them, they still didn't have the paperwork. She goes, yeah, pull out of the door and park. They have like a staging area, and then right across from it, basically you're parking in front of the docks. Now, why they would tell people to do that is beyond me, because now you can't really back into a door. I just barely got in the door that they assigned me because there was a back end of the truck like 2 feet short of that door, and all those doors were open. So backed in, got unloaded, pulled out, slid, closed my doors, then spun around and parked on the side. She said she was going to send me the link right away, but I knew she'd have to wait to find out how much it was. So got the link. First I said they're starting to unload my truck. they're so way behind on that stuff. Then it gave me that we finished your truck, and then the link to pay. So I got my EFS Express number and put that in, and it goes through fairly quick. I mean, once you have the Express code, it takes 30 seconds, tops a minute, and it processes. And she called me up like 2 seconds, and she goes, yeah, all you have to do is pay the... I go, I already did. She goes, it's not showing. She goes, hold on a second. She must have refreshed her page, and there it was that I paid. Yeah, you can come in and get your paperwork. Went in and got my paperwork, and I was good done. But geez, 2 hours for paperwork. When I walked in there, it looked like the warehouse guys were just throwing them in a pile. So she didn't know who was next, and then they had to process it, talk to the lumpers. I don't know. That's why, you know, all you guys, some of you guys want to fight for more hours in a day. You're barking up the wrong tree. You should be looking for somebody to put where lumping fees are between the shipper and the receiver. We're out of it. And you really should be asking for a whole lot more hourly. If you gotta wait for them to sort by SKU. Especially reefer guys. Oh my God. You could have 100 SKUs on that, on a load of like Dannon yogurt, or you know, processed meat on that. Your truck costs you the same. I mean, technically this is an hourly business. As much as people want to argue, no, it's mileage. No, it's hourly. You have X amount of hours in a week's time, or in an 8-day period, to produce as much work as you can to make money. You have $11 hours, technically a day, that you can drive. So really, by the end of the week, you're pretty much used all your hours. And then you have you know, fueling, unloading, and that. So you got 55 hours a week to drive. So that only gives you 15 hours for fueling and unloading time. Well, if you can't drive those 11 hours because you're spending 8 hours at a dock, guys without APUs are running their truck even with an APU. That costs money. It's a good rate, especially new trucks with a newer trailer. You're probably looking at 65 bucks an hour minimum, and that's probably close to break even. If anybody really sees this, or when somebody sees this, you might get where, oh yeah, like me, I have my truck paid for. If I had a trailer, what would it cost? A reefer would cost me more, but if I had a dry van, $400 a month maybe. So you can't use my hourly rate, would probably be less. My biggest expense is fuel, because I've got smaller tanks and say ain't getting no 8 miles a gallon. So you'd have to base the rate off of somebody owning a new truck and a new trailer. And I'd base it, since you run into this more in reefer than anything else, a new reefer, and base your hourly rate off of that. And you just base it off of a 70-hour week for 52 weeks, which is what, 3,500 hours for the year, and take all your expenses, including what you pay yourself, what you pay your accountant, maintenance budget, fuel, all that, and then divide that by how many hours, and that'll give you your hourly rate. And that's what you need to get while you're getting unloaded. Because if you weren't getting unloaded, you could drive and, you know, probably make more an hour doing that. Well, that's my rant. I'm sticking to it. Since I really don't get a whole crap load of views, being lazy this week, I'm gonna wait until since I'm going home this next week, I'll just wait and edit the last 2 weeks when I get home. So there's gonna be a 2-week period where I don't have videos and that. But I will, what's nice about that is I can also post those 2 weeks on BitChute, and I get views there. I mean, my average videos, the ones I have posted, are averaging 20 to 80 views. And if I was more regular, I mean, I've already got 2 subscribers on there. If I was more regular with my videos on there, I'd probably have a whole lot more subscribers than YouTube, because it sure ain't showing my videos, and I've changed keywords and everything. All right, you have a good weekend. We'll see you next time.